try to fix this for some odd reason. It's not working. We're just waiting for our audio to work. Should be good to go. Okay, I think it's working now. All right, we are live. Okay, we should be live on all major platforms by now. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the MetsXMFanZone Live Podcast, home of your everything Mets. If you guys love our shows, you guys can always tweet, like, and subscribe, and to hit that star notification so that way we give you updated Mets news right here on the MetsXMFanZone Live Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony, and we're going to give you guys today's matchup. We got the New York Mets versus the Miami Marlins. We got spring training matchup with Christian Scott. This is his first plate appearances for the New York Mets, and we got Patrick Mawaski on the mound for the Miami Marlins. So we're going to give you guys the lineup for today. We're going to talk a little bit on some pitching. We're going to talk a little bit on some of the rumors that we have been hearing in the last 24 hours circulating. I wanted to get a little bit on some of the comments that you guys have mentioned yesterday because we didn't get a chance to, answer all the comments, all the love that you guys had. So I wanted to get a little bit into that. But also, if you guys would like to see today's matchup versus the Miami Marlins, game does start at 1:10. You guys can check it out on our website at MetsXMFanZone.org. We give you complete 24/7 live access of all of your New York Mets content. We give you live streams, Mets content. We give you a full 24-hour stream dedicated of New York Mets throughout the whole, throughout the day, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we give you SNY coverage. We give you Mets coverage. And also, when there is no Mets games, we give you New York coverage. So we'll give you like some random streams. We'll give you like some Jets, some Giants, Knicks, Rangers, you name it. We'll give you that. We'll give you guys that. And we do that in a poll. We kind of like do like a whole little poll thing on our shows. On when if there's no Mets games, we'll be like what games that you guys want to see and whatnot. So we do that from time to time, but in our streams, we'll do that. All right, so enough with me bullshitting and chatting. Let's give you guys a little bit of some info on the website also. When you guys go onto the website and you want to check it out, we give you full access of live Met games. We give you VPN secured live streams. We give you 110% access of no blackouts. You don't ever have to worry about blackout streams. We give you every Mets game throughout the whole entire season. And we give you spring training absolutely risk-free when you sign up. So when you sign up to a membership on our website, you'll get spring training absolutely free, and you get to see every game of your New York Mets. So, and also, you can view it on your devices. You can view it on a phone. You can view it on a tablet. You can view it on a PC. You can even view it on your TV. You can cast it to your TV, which is really great. And you can take this stream on to the go with you. No matter where you are in the world, you'll be able to access our services through MetsXMFanZone.org. And plus, we have 3 plans. We have a weekly, which is $6.99. We have a monthly at $14.99, and we have a $99 package. Let me tell you something. This is hands down the best deal out there. Why I say that is because MLB restricts you in so many different ways. You can never really get to watch great live streams. You can never get full coverage. If you're in the New York area, you always got to get a TV provider. We don't provide TV providers for you. You don't ever need a TV provider. You don't have to worry about annoying advertisements. You don't have to worry about pop-ups on the streams. You'll never get that, ever, on our services. And plus, we are doing an official launch April 1st on our app. We will have a MetsXMFanZone app for you guys in the Google Play and also in iOS stores. So you guys will officially get the official launch April 1st on the actual app. Now, we did mention that we are in the works of getting a Roku app up on the Roku store. We should be having that very soon. We still don't know when we're going to have the release date for that. We're still working on getting the date on the Roku, but same thing goes with the Amazon store, because a lot of you guys were asking, you guys talking about Roku, what about the Amazon store? Do you have it on Amazon store or Amazon TVs? We're still working on it, so we do apologize for any inconvenience that you guys might have. I do think that the Mets are going to have a better season. We're going to walk through a little bit on some of that coverage for you. But I do think that you guys are going to really enjoy the streams this year and really enjoy a lot of the coverage that we're going to be posting up, some highlights and whatnot. And we have it on all of our social media platforms. So you guys can check us out on every one of your platforms that is out there. All right, so let's get into the Mets news. The Mets game does start at 1:10. We got the Miami Marlins versus the New York Mets. We got Christian Scott. This is his first plate appearance in spring. He was in AAA with the New York Mets, and I would love to get a little in depth with him because not a lot of people know who he is. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Something happened on the screen. So let's get a little bit into depth with Christian Scott. We'll talk about him. I mean, he's been in the minors with New York Mets for quite a while. He has I honestly really like on what I'm seeing out of him. Oh, what's going on here? Do not remind me again today. Oh, okay. Something's happening to my screen. I do apologize. I don't know what's going on with my screen. What's my producer saying? Oh, okay. All right, thanks. Yeah, that works. Sorry, guys. My producer's telling me that to fix the screen. Let's see if this works. Okay, that should be good. Are we live in all media? Okay, thanks. All right, let's get back into the coverage. So Christian Scott, this is his first plate appearance with the New York Mets. He is 0-0 with a 0.0 ERA. What have we seen out of him in the last couple of years? I mean, he was in Brooklyn for quite a while. He was with the New York Mets for almost 3 seasons. What are we seeing out of him in today's matchup that could be really effective for the New York Mets? One or two things that I really like out of this guy: sweeping slider and a four-seam fastball. What is he going to really caliber in today's matchup? Now, if we look up and down this lineup here, we got Valdi Bergen, we got Nick Gordon, we got Jesus Sanchez, Aviel Garcia, we got John Birdie, Dan Myers, we got Christian Beckencourt, we got Trey Mancini, and Jonah Bride. What could he do with these guys? Now, I would definitely say the sweeping slider would work on majority of those players. And what I really like out of Christian Scott is that he hasn't ERA of 2.67 against left-handed pitching. Now, if you see with, I will go with Nick Gordon, John Birdie, I'll go with Trey Mancini. These are three guys I feel that he could be very effective against. I would like to see the fastball go a little bit more in his repertoire in today's game on 2-1 counts. Now, do I think that he could be really good in today's matchup? I do. I think that, with working on his dimensions with his slider at a 75 percentile and going at a whip rate of 3.00, I do think that with the left-handing batters could very well be effective with the sweep and slider, with the curveball. Also, he could be really effective with the right hand, with righties. And we know that he has a 223 on his launch angle. So I really think that, working with the sweep and slider, working with the curveball in today's matchup, we're gonna see that work very cost effective. Now let's give you guys the lineup for your New York Mets in today's game, and we got batting first and playing left field Brandon Nimmo. Then batting second, we got playing center field is Tyrone Taylor, which again I think with Tyrone Taylor you're gonna probably see him a lot in this year. I don't know if he's going to pretty much come off the bench, but I do think that he could be very effective in the Mets DH spot. A lot of guys I think that the Mets do have that could be really good and really effective. I think Tyrone Taylor could be a really good center and playing, platooning with Harrison Bader, and I think that could be really, really effective for the Mets in regards to depth-wise. And then batting third, playing right field, would be DJ Stewart. I don't know on where the Mets are going to lie with DJ Stewart. I think this year it's going to be really effective with him going off, having that really good hitting style that he has been doing. Last year, he had an ERA of 2.41 ERA. He had 8 home runs, 40. He had about almost 36 to 40 RBIs. What am I going to see out of him going into this year? I think he's going to be really effective coming off the bench. I don't know if the Mets are really going to probably put it in a situation where he's going to have a lot of playing time there at right field, which could be, because if Marte stays healthy, then he could be really effective coming off, on the DH spot. But, I mean, we want Marte to be really healthy so that way we don't have to see so much of DJ Stewart. But if the Mets want to, really want to do something here, I would say the Mets go on a run to have him. But if Marte, seems to not have a very good start of spring, I think that you're probably going to see DJ Stewart a lot of playing time this year. Then we could go with batting fourth and DH and Luke Voigt. Again, another situation sort of player that has a really good left on the left side of the plate. Very strong with plate appearances. He has a 1-0 with a 1.12368 on his velocity. I do think that Luke Voigt could be really good and very effective. He's effective, I feel, a little bit more on the left side of the plate. Gives you a lot of good depth there. In today's game, I wouldn't see too much being pulled out of him. He needs to be a guy that could be a really good pull hitter, which, he has done in spring and which has done in the minors. In regards to being effective there, I mean, I don't see much coming out of it, but I mean, he's probably not going to get the job in the starting, roster wise. But if he could do really good in today's matchup, I think that the Mets could really well, look the other cheek. So I do say he could be really effective in today's matchup. And then batting fifth and catching behind the dish in today's game is Omar Narvaez. Now, another guy that doesn't really get enough, recognition. I do think Omar Narvaez is a really good plate discipline guy, being behind the plate. I like on how he does call a really good game at times. Again, he's going to be another guy that's going to be up for the challenge here because, now that we have Francisco Alvarez calling the games pretty much 90% of the season, Omar Narvaez is going to be that really good backup guy. I like his bat. He does also have a really nice good bats, plate appearance-wise with a 1.68. I like the launch angles at that 76 percentile at times. He can give you situations where he could give you that off-speed pitch and hit it and hit for power. He can give me a good solid year behind the dish of Francisco Alvarez, and he will be batting fifth in the lineup today. Then we got Joe Manchin in today's game. He's playing first base. He's batting sixth. G-Man Choi. Always forget how to pronounce his name. He will be playing first base for your New York Metsies. And then we have batting seventh and playing shortstop today. Another guy I really think that has a good plate discipline is Jose Iglesias. What am I going to see out of him in today's matchup? Expect to see pitches down in the dirt very often towards him. I like on what he's doing so far in spring and getting really good, repetition there at shortstop. I think he has a really nice appearance there. I like on how he's very versatile there in that position. Again, in regards to talking with defensive wise and having him there, I like on his appearance, but I don't know on if the Mets are really planning on doing something a little bit more with him. But you are seeing a lot of appearances coming out of him. Even off the walk-off home run that he had 2 days ago, really struck a lot of eyes there. Something to think about in regards to a nice other second shortstopper. If the Mets were planning on to, maybe do a trade somewhere, I don't think they're going to do so. But if you are going to, somewhat make a trade somewhere, he could be very effective into that spot. So I would definitely say with Jose Iglesias in today's matchup, expect to see a lot of pitches in the dirt. Could be very effective with that bat. And if he does so, I think that the Mets got really good value coming out of Jose Iglesias, and he will be batting seventh in today's game. And then we got Joey Wendell playing third base. Could he be this alternative to Mark Vientos or Brett Beatty? What are we seeing out of these three guys? Now, Joey Wendell is he has a very good bat, very good discipline, plays very good defense. What am I going to see out of him in today's matchup? I think that with Patrick, he throws a lot of fastballs, and you're probably going to see that a lot in today's game. Not so much of the off-speed pitch. What I'm going to see coming out of the Joey Wendell spot, he's going to lay off on a lot of pitches because, the other pitcher, he does seem to get very tired very quickly going towards the fourth to fifth inning. He will start laying off on some pitches and start making mistakes. And if Joey Wendell has that really nice plate appearance there against this guy, his history time against him was 4-11. And if he really does become effective in this one, when the pitcher gets high and in, he will attack the strike zone. And Joey Wendell could very well give you a couple of hits, a couple of runs in today's matchup. So when the pitcher starts to get a little bit tired there, I think that he starts to get a little high in count, high into the strike zone, and Joey Wendell likes to attack pitches very high in the strike zone, and could give you a nice, plays here and there. So expect to see Joey Wendell do a lot of whatnot into this matchup. And then we got Zach Short, another guy, playing at yin yang, playing against Jeff McNeil, looking to get a spot here on the roster. What are you going to see out of Zach Short in this matchup? I would say to be, I don't think he's strong. I mean, does he have a really nice plate appearance-wise? I think so. Now, in regards to being effective and having really good effectiveness there on the mound, I'm sorry, not on the mound, on the plate, he could be really effective with his bat, too. He has really good plate discipline. He's got that 1.3 of 3. Meanwhile, he can give me some good hits. He can give me good solid at-bats. He's probably going to get a lot of work in so far this spring, which you guys have been seeing. A lot of really good offensive-wise with his bat. Defensively, he's pretty good defensively, also having that whipping average at 1,000. But I think he could very well, in this matchup, give me 1,000 whipping average. Not only that, I would go with a couple of runs with him also as well. Could he be really effective in today's game? Expect to see a really nice defensively and offensively. And then we're going to go with the Marlins lineup for today's game. Is batting first, playing second base, is Votto Borgen. Batting second, playing center field, is Nick Gordon, which I like. I like what I see out of Nick Gordon so far this spring. Even though it has been against the New York Mets, one thing that I do like is that he lays off on a lot of pitches in the third. That's kind of where you want to go with a guy like him. He could give you really good effective at-bats. Nick Gordon could very well attack the strike zone if you see a pitcher slipping. So in today's game, be careful. I think that Christian Scott does seem to lay off on a lot of fastball breaking balls, very inside the plate. But if he does that, I think that the Mets could very well get Nick Gordon in today's game. And then batting third, playing right field, is Jesus Sanchez. Then batting fourth, playing left field, is Ariel Garcia. Batting fifth and playing shortstop is John Birdie. Another guy that seems to be a Met killer in John Birdie. Mets need to lay off on fastball pitching in today's game, because if you throwing a lot of fastballs, this guy will attack the zone. I notice when I watch him, he does seem to hit the balls in play a lot with a lot of fastball pitching. You got to attack him in the zone with the off-speed pitch. Attack him with that slider. One thing I like about Christian Scott is that he seems to throw the cutter very often. I like the slider coming out of him in today's game. So if he could do the cutter and throw that fastball pitch less often, I think that you'll very well get John Birdie out. And then we got batting fifth and DH in today's game is Dan Myers. Dan Myers is also another guy to really watch out for. He has been a Mets killer, once before. I do see here another guy that really likes to hit cutters. He likes to hit the sliders very often. Now, if Christian Scott was to be really smart with at-bats with him, he needs to throw fastballs. He cannot hit the two-seam fastball very often, and he can strike him out up in the zone on him and get it a little bit out of the plate. I want to see that 76%, where he has that 76.8.9. but he can be very effective there, which he has a good ERA against him at times at a 2.36 ERA. And then we're going to go with batting seventh, playing catching in today's game is Christian Beckencourt. Nothing much really there to talk about. And then batting eighth, playing first base, is Trey Mancini. Trey Mancini, I would say last couple of years hasn't been very effective. I don't feel that he's going to be a threat in today's game. Again, another guy is probably just going to get his work in. You're not going to see too much coming out of him. But, I mean, if Mets pitching is very solid today, you're going to see a lot of strikeouts coming out of him. And then we got batting ninth and playing third base is Jonah Bride. What am I going to see out of that? Another game. I like him. Do I think that he could be really good with a good matchup against Christian Scott? Christian Scott is another guy that throws a lot of sliders, throws a lot of curveballs, throws a lot of cutters. Doesn't throw so much of the two-seam fastball, but if he could get him very effectively in the strike zone very often, I do think that he could definitely get those strikeouts. So, and that is the lineup for today's game. Now, again, if you guys would like to see today's game, the New York Mets versus the Miami Marlins game does start at 1:10. It is on our website if you guys would like to check it out. You guys can sign up absolutely on our website at MetsXMFanZone.org. You can download we're going to be having the downloadable app on April 1st, so that way you guys can get the app on there. We give you 24/7 access of all of your New York Met live streams, Met games, with no advertisements, no TV providers. You guys can watch spring training absolutely risk-free from now until starting of opening day. We are giving you guys full 100% access of all of your New York Met games, live streams, Mets content. You guys can check that out by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. And plus, we give you crystal clear live streams, VPN secured, so you don't ever have to worry about your location being tracked. You don't have to worry about annoying ads, pop-ups on the streams, because we give you flawless 24/7 Mets live coverage. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please be safe, please be well, and let's go Mets.